Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Real Estate Mathematics. Today we are looking at appraisal and valuation. Specifically, if you sell a house for such amount of money, how much money will you make out of it? So to calculate that, we look at the capitalization rate. That is the rate of your investment times the value, how much you sold the house for, equals how much money you made off of the deal. So in other words, CV equals I. Likewise, just for some basic math, if you want to know the value, you would need to know the income value divided by the capitalization rate. And capitalization rate is usually written in a percent. Value is dollars, interest is dollars. So, and likewise, C equals I over V. The capitalization rate is the income divided by the value of the house. Now then, let's look at some prime examples of real estate to see how this works. Let's calculate the value of Homer's house when the net operating income is $32,000 and the capitalization rate is 8%. Now, being a word problem, let's see what we should isolate. So we want to figure out the value. So in other words, what's the amount that it was sold for? We know how much income we made off of it, how much money we made, and we know that the commission rate at which we charge. So going back to the equations up here, V equals I over C. So value is equal to income over capitalization rate. So since we have it as 8%, 8% is equal to 0.08 because percent is 1 part in 100. So this is 8 parts in 100, or 8 100ths out of 1. So we can also write it down as 8 over 100. So to calculate the rate, we would boil it down into the following. We know that V is equal to the income, let me redo the calculations. So we want to find the value. So that is V is equal to I over R. Now what's the I? What's the income we made? That is equal to $32,000 over an interest rate of 0.08. So this is equal to $400,000. You can check this on the calculator. So we sold Homer's house for $400,000. Now then, let's look at a slightly more expensive piece of real estate. The Sauron's Eye, or Sauron's Tower. So after the whole issue with the ring, Sauron wanted to sell his tower. So he sold that building for $720,000 to us, and we made an income of $90,000. So what was our capitalization rate? What was our capitalization rate in which we requested from the owner to as the portion that we got to keep? So our capitalization rate, so we would find out capitalization rate. So the equation we would use for that is capitalization rate is equal to our income divided by the value in which we sold it. So our income was $90,000, and the value in which we sold it was $720,000. In other words, the total cost of the total percentage of what we made was equal to 0.125, which is equal to 12.5%. That was our final income value. And again, you can check this on the calculator. Now, our final regard, we're still keeping real estate in Middle Earth. So while we're at it, why don't we also sell the Castle of Gondor? So our buyer, so if we sold this value for $650,000 and we received a rate of return of 7%, how much money would we make? So we would return to the income is what we're calculating. So I equals how much we paid and our rate of return. So I equals CV. Going back to the very initial equation we had, I equals CV. So the cost is, so the capitalization, or the value of it is $650,000 times our rate of return, which is 0.07%. Just 0.07 or 7%. So this means that our rate of return is $45,500. Overall, we had a wonderful selling price and earned quite a bit of money from our ventures in science fiction, fantasy, and cartoon sitcom selling expenditures in real estate. Join us next time.